Welcome back to another episode. We are again somewhere in a menu. Yeah, look at that. We got ourselves Mass Effect. Oh yeah. And it's time for us to start a new career. Well, I only had like Mass Effect 3 on the channel so far, German. So I'm gonna start the whole thing anew with this one.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Oh. Interesting. So, are we going with like the basic Shepard? Maybe not. A CDR, John Shepard, Alliance Marine, Jane Shepard. Interesting. So, manually enter career info, yes. We're gonna do that one. Interesting. Due to your covered and 7 status, ID records are incomplete. Please confirm identity from the records below or register manually, yes. Okay, and we are not going to do any quick start ones. Even if those character models might be much better known. Alright, we are going for, of course, custom one.
Please log in to access your profile.
Alright, and of course the last name is not working because that's Shepard's commander.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
Just think about it.
Confirm pre-service history.
Just think about it. Like we have some data, right, somewhere in the government. It's corrupted, and we can just make stuff up. That's so cool. All right. So what do we got? Pre-service history. So what we did before. Maybe like some, dialogue. Dependent stuff here. Anyway, both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. The Spacer and the Colonist, you were born and raised on Mindwa, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindwa, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol and you enlisted with the military a few years later. Same age then. Interesting. And Earthborn. You were an orphan, raised on the streets of the great megatropolis covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. So, all of those things have something in common. Wait a minute. The only thing that has nothing to do with your parents not being there is the Spacer, which is actually quite interesting. Interesting. Spent on ships, stations, as a transferred. I would say like Spacer is the most fitting.
Confirm psychological profile.
Oh boy. Okay, psychological profile. During your service, the sole survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torment and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived, while all those around you fell. Now you alone are left to tell the tale. Interesting. War hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risk your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. I haven't seen any money yet. Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. Okay, so are we a hero that just goes in there defeating the enemies for some reason, always surviving? Are we a more thoughtful individual? Even if that thought comes at the expense of other people? Or again, a sole survivor thing? The sole survivor thing actually involves a little bit of failure, right? Like ruthlessness actually means like you can survive at least. War hero, same thing, but in a nicer light, basically. And then this one here is just, oh boy, stuff happened. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived, but all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. Wow. Okay. I mean, we are becoming the hero of the galaxy, right? So there's no need to be a hero now, which is a little bit weird. Overwhelming enemy force, you risk your own life to save the... So, did we survive stasis? Actually, it doesn't really matter what you choose, right? Like, not in the grand scheme of things, but it's actually an interesting idea to select whatever. Very interesting. I would say we're going for ruthlessness. I am calculating, right? Like the thing is, I'm a little bit of everything. So let's see. Ruthlessness.
Confirm military specialization.
Alright. Yeah. So we got ourselves 6 specializations. Very interesting. The soldier. Interestingly enough, the classes don't show the skeleton, as in like Mass Effect 2 or so. That is actually a really cool idea. Like in the following installments, where you had certain bodily structures, let's say, be connected to a class. So in this case, like, which one was it? There are like 3 main classes, and then there are like 3 subclasses, and the 3 subclasses are the combination of 2, and the 3 main classes are the just focusing on one specific network. So you have like your nerve network, and you have like your what was the magical thing all about? Some kind of magical network. I don't know which network it was, but it was definitely what. Which one was it? Senses, muscles, and bones, I think. Nerves, muscle, and bone, maybe. Or maybe like some kind of like metal-y thing, whatever. Anyhow. So, the soldier. Now, soldiers are combat specialists, ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. Actually, were we already changing the character? Okay, wait a minute. I have to go back a little.
Confirm priest. Please log in to access your profile.
Yeah, custom. Yeah.
Please log in to access your profile.
Interesting.
Warning, data corruption.
I don't really know when the
Please reconstruct profile.
physical changes happen, but
confirm
like appearances and so on. So what were we? Spaces.
Confirm psychological.
And
Confirm
so,
military
anyway,
specialization.
about the classes. Sorry about that. Soldiers are combat specialists, ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols, the thing that you See, right there. So yeah, basically, depending on your class, you have different ways of using weapons and whatnot. Anyway, and adapts. They're kind of like the magical users, space wizards. Adapts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adapts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Same thing, except for the whole omni-tool stuff, which engineers have a bit more of a connection to. Anyway, next one is Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use omni-tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. So this is basically your engineer-soldier combination. Then you have Sentinels. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies through, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor and receive no specialized weapon training. And that's actually very interesting. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. So, now the real question is, which one do we go for? Adapt or Sentinel? Like, I do want to go for biotic user again. Like, the feel is just so cool, and like being able to have the special abilities that take care of certain enemies is also a nice thing to have. And then the thing that I can just do following that is like having 2 soldiers. So I'm just going to buff everybody, right? And I basically do the same thing that I did in yeah, all of the other games. I let other ones do the brute force stuff. I'm just there to point at the target. Alright, actually it seems like a very good idea. Like infiltrators, they, I mean, also point at the target, but they have a more active role in eliminating it. So anyway, yeah, specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. Like, the cool thing about the Vanguard is, I think they had some teleportation spell or something like that, and you can just warp your way across the battlefield. Like, this ability is absolutely amazing, especially in combination with a shotty. So you can just charge in, shotgun someone, and then charge out again. Only problem is, the moment you charge in, you usually get focused, and then you're dead. So that happens. Anyway, yeah, Sentinels, yeah, combine biotic and tech abilities. The thing is, the description just feels right. Biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, which is actually very interesting. Maybe they have to be more efficient because they have to use both of those ability trees, but I have no clue why the adapts are not efficient with it. Anyway, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor, which is not a problem. Receive no specialized weapon training. We don't intend to do anything. The nice thing about Mass Effect 1, by the way, is that actually I don't know if they changed anything in the Legendary Edition, but the normal one at least had a very cool idea, and it is that weapons don't use ammunition. They rather just overheat, and you have to wait a little bit until they cool down, which is actually a really cool thing. You don't have to worry about ammunition, you just have to worry about timing. So you are kind of limited in your offensiveness, at least a little bit, and you still have to think about what you're doing. But you don't need to worry about like how long will I last or whatever, which is actually really cool. Because if you, yeah, wait a minute, I don't know if enemies ever had like ammunition problems or so. They usually just shoot at you until you're dead. But you yourself usually have like ammunition issues. I don't know if enemies actually had ammunition issues in a game like that. It's actually a really good question. Anyway, we're going for Sentinel, as I said before. It's an interesting class.
Confirm facial identification.
There we go. Confirm appearance. Verify this is your facial appearance. Is this you on that screen? Is it? Is it? Is it? No. I mean, we are going for a different thing. Oh boy. So what are we gonna do? Cycle presets. Yeah. What about that one? We can all. The interesting thing is the code, right? So you can basically just go online, copy and paste copy and paste a code in there. There you go. And then someone else with a little bit of luck has like a top model in the like cycle. How do you even know like if this is a preset or not? And when does it go back to the normal one? Actually very interesting that you have like so many. Okay, there you go. The problem about like clicking on cycle and cycling this around is that you don't know how many there are, right? And you don't know which one of it is. But anyway, this is at least a nice thing to get like good ideas. So we are going to start on a good base, let's say. And then we are going to switch to... that might actually be a decent base. Let's see. Facial structure. Sliders, nice. Okay. Facial structure. What is this? Okay. So it's like different base faces, maybe. And then from... Wait a minute. Cheek is on the left. Cheek is still on the left. Cheek is still on the left. So the facial structure does not change these sliders. So you have like a base value. And from this base value there are deviations. And that makes it actually very complicated. But anyway, so which skin tone we're going for? That's actually quite interesting. Oh, and you see also like from which position you started at. So yeah, we got like the coming in the night kind of fellow. It's actually pretty cool, pretty dark. We also got like some redness, sunburns, and you also have an interesting greenish tint in there. I mean, and of course the zombie white stuff. I mean, maybe, but something like that might be good. So what about the complexion? It's like how old you are, basically. Yeah, depending on that stuff. I mean, we are not that used up yet, so no. What about the facial structure? Can we like? Right click, by the way, just moves the face around. So you can like, left click doesn't work, by the way. Anyway, yeah, you have to use right click for this in order to move it around. So let's see, we're going for facial structure that has the most decent like start for everything. I mean, that might be a good one. So let's see, the head, neck thickness. How thick is the neck? Not that thick. Face size. Face size. We got ourselves like... Nah, not something like that. We got cheek width. See that? There's like one number that changes everything. Interesting. So yeah, we got like cheek width. So this one goes a little bit further out. Let's just go by feel. Cheekbones. They go like... What do cheekbones do? Okay. Good. Cheekbone. That is like... I think we should go for something more like that. Yeah, that might be okay. Maybe I have to do something with the cheekbones though. Nah, they're not that far in. They're not that far out. Interesting. Okay, so what was our ear size? Ah, ear orientation. Nope. We are listening sideways. So, that was the head. Then we got like the eyes. Is there more? No. Anyway, eyes. So, what do we have here? Ah, come on. There you go. So, eye shape. Okay. Nope. Yeah, no. I need like something more or less normal. Like this is like psychopath. Actually, there is a certain condition for people that if you see the upper part of the upper white on the eye, then you have like some psycho tendencies, which is actually very interesting. Because usually what happens is that the upper part is not really visible, and the lower part kind of rests on the eyes down there, something like. Okay, that's kind of closed actually. That's more symmetric, if anything. No. I think I'm going to go with number 1, and then I'm just going to change it a little bit. So we're going like up or down. Now we actually have like a fairly. So we need to watch for our forehead. So eye width. No. The problem is he's always moving. Like, stop moving. It's very difficult to know how far your eyes are if he moves the thingy around. Could be more on that side though. Okay. So eye depth. Actually, it's something more on that side. Yep. Okay, brow depth. That's always a tricky one. Whoop. So something more like that, maybe. Brow height goes up or down. Maybe something like that. Okay, and then we get like iris color. Okay. Ooh, you can go with some nice red. Are we going for renegade? Nah, it just doesn't feel right. So there's like the gray, there's like deep green, and which one am I gonna go for? I need like a mix between a green and gray. Like that one would actually be good, but yeah, that one is good. Like the second one. Okay, I'm gonna go for that one. It was eyes. Next one is the jaw, chin, height. The jaw is always something that. Come on. So where do we go? Does it go down? Does it go up? It's more like maybe on that side. Then we go like chin depth. Not like. That's actually very interesting. That the chin doesn't go that far forward. Actually, it goes something more like that. Chin width. So, question. No. Could be something like that. Jaw width. Yeah, no. Maybe something like that. Okay, so that was the jaw. Next, the mouth. Mouth shape. You're gonna go with that one. And then we got like. So, mouth depth, nope, maybe something like that, maybe. Okay, mouth width, nope. It's actually difficult. Come on, I know that it goes like from the center of the eyes downwards. Maybe something like that. Okay. Flip side. There. Mouth height. Nope. Maybe? Yeah. I'm gonna get that. But I do need the nose job now. say nose shape. Okay, which one is the one that we're going for? Maybe that one? I need one with a little bit of a... Looking for one with a decent bend. Could be that too, but that's a bit too much. What about that one? Problem with it is that it's just a wee bit too nose depth and height. Yeah. It's actually no that one. Yeah, it's actually a good one. Okay, so nose height. I do need to do something about that curve here. That definitely doesn't feel right. That is just really weird. I need to do something about like something about the jaws, facial structure, whatever. There needs to be a bit more puffiness. Okay. So anyway, where was I? Nope. Kind of feels like the game. Like, does your character wear a head? Does your character have a tiny nose? Yeah, we got ourselves a decent nose. So now the question is, how deep does the nose go? Okay, and nose depth. No? Maybe something like that. Okay. Good. Nose. Then we got like some hair. Actually, the scar. What do we got? Different kind of scars. Do you want to know where I got these scars? Actually, if I go for the char on the chin, it's not really a... no, it's not symmetric. Anyway, we're not going to go for scars. And then there's like... What's a finalized
Profile reconstruction complete.
Almost.
Confirm facial identification.
So, let's see. Yeah. Then, what do we got? We got like this one. Short. I mean, it does make sense, right? We are part of the military in a little bit. But it would be nice to have at least a wee bit more. Okay. Good. That might actually be it. So, that's the closest one so far. And we are going for like... I mean, you could go for a decent amount of beard here. The thing is, what I need is a certain transition from that beard to this beard here. It's also very interesting that it's actually not hair on that thing, but it's just the textured skin thingy. Very, very simple, but still a fairly effective way of dealing with it. So anyway, there was like 2 versions of that beard, wasn't it? And it, see that? It goes onto the lips as well, so the texture isn't quite correct. I have to be careful. Okay, we could go for something like that. Brows. So we're gonna go for like the... Well, no brows, like the Mona Lisa look. And we are going for too much. That might actually be a good one. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Hair color, there we go. Facial hair color. Oh! So you can combine different facial color, different colors and facial hair colors and whatnot. So I need a... I could go with something like that. No. It's like the brownish tint that I'm looking for that's like reddish. I think that might be it. I think you have to go and look in the pink almost. I actually want to look in like the dark reddish part. So it's more like a coppery thing. I think that might be it. Yeah, that might be it. But the beard has a different color than the eyebrows, for example. Anyhow, hair color. So, what could we go for? What could we go for? What could we go for? I mean, we could go like personal color, of course. But I think we have to alter it a little bit. Yeah, why is it that we have like any other reddish tint, right? But no green. We have like white, obviously. For some reason, like black is somewhere in the middle. But yeah, like you have like your standard black and white. Then comes the reddish and purpley stuff. But then it should mean that you start off with like purple, violet, blue on that side. But this is your blonde. So where do we have... there's no such thing as green hair in here, is there? Doesn't look like it. Maybe certain base characters have different starting hair or whatever. That's actually very interesting. So we're gonna go for is like... whitish blonde kind of thing. So let's see. I'm just going to copy that code. Okay, good. So you can paste it in there. Perfect. Because I want to know how different facial structures actually make the face look more different. Let's see. Like this is still all the same stuff, but just with different starting values. Nah, I don't think that I could have changed much here. No, the question is, which one was it? Could have been that one. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's number 2. Good. Anyway. Almost feels as if I missed something. Okay, so yeah, before you do any other changes, just click on copy so that you can continue from your previous line of work there. Okay, let's see. I think I got pretty much, but I have to actually activate like VSync in this game. Otherwise it gets absolutely horrendous. Oh boy. There's so much screen tearing right now. Oh yeah. So much screen tearing.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Alrighty, now everything is done. Let's see how far we can actually go. And accept and start. Once you confirm your character is complete, you will be unable to change any setting. Okay.
Identification confirmed.
Yes, and just to make things very, very clear, we're going for like, yeah, what are we actually going for? None of those difficulties actually give you a good description of how it works. Yeah. Should I go for normal again or not? Like, insanity is actually extremely difficult. I tried it, but at one point you just screen because you cannot continue without changing the difficulty anymore, especially when you try to defeat an enemy and for some reason they just deal so much damage. That's just kind of weird. But I do want to at least have a little bit of yeah, I don't want it to be a complete walk in the park though. I mean, we could go for a veteran thing. Yeah, why not? Let's make it a little bit more difficult. Just a little bit. That should be enough. Alright. So, because like, if the enemy is more difficult to defeat, if the difficulty is a little higher, then that means that the, that we have to think a bit more about what we do. But yeah, we just need as much difficulty until we can't really come up with any more solutions, pretty much. Or at least until we exhaust the abilities of the characters, right? Because this is what we actually want. We don't want them to just use one spell over and over again. We want to use like all of their repertoire, pretty much. And the higher the difficulty, hopefully, the more systems we have to use in order to advance a little bit. So that's like in comparison, like The Witcher. Like if you play The Witcher in like normal difficulty, it's yeah, you can just attack everything in melee basically. And don't really need to think about what you're doing. But if you increase the difficulty more and more and more, then you have to at one point use different weapons, actually somewhere at the beginning even, different weapons, and then you have to use consumables, which I always forget to use. Very interesting. So yeah, the consumable use also part of the game. So that's the thing that I actually want to utilize more of, because every time I play these games I never use the consumables, and I kind of feel as if like they were put in the game for a reason. Why don't I use them? Because they make the game like easier or more difficult depending on how you would apply that. It's basically a different kind of difficulty setting, using consumables to your advantage or not. Anyway, then we have like auto leveling. No, we want to have full control of that, even if it may maybe not be as good. So legendary mode, yes. Actually, I want to experience that thing. Why not? Squad power usage defensive. I mean, I think I can change that even in game. Sub battles, we're going to save that, and because the tutorials, yeah, why not? Let's start.